Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and D23 revealed the lineup of Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, including Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, aka Val, David Harbour as Alexei Shostakov, Red Guardian, Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Olga Kurylenko as Antonia Dreykov Taskmaster from Black Widow, Wyatt Russell as John Walker US Agent for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, and Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes. And depending on how much you loved Black Widow and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this is either a rogue super soldier dream team or a bit of a mixed bag. But actually, when you go through each of these Thunderbolts backgrounds one by one and look ahead to what crises they're probably going to be facing, it's very possible the plot of this Thunderbolts film could tie in with things like the Intelligencia, Doctor Doom, White Vision, and more. I'm going to explain how and why I am so excited for this Thunderbolts movie. So in the comics, the Thunderbolts is really a rotating lineup of anti-heroes taking less noble missions that would be considered a bit of a disgrace for the Avengers, or simply illegal according to the US government and world governments. The first Thunderbolts was formed by Baron Zemo, using the identity of Citizen V, pretending to use this Thunderbolts team as a kind of replacement for the Avengers, but actually intending to use it for more immoral objectives, until the rest of the team nobly turns on Zemo. From therefore, the Thunderbolts lineup was arguably best defined by whoever led it in that particular era, and whatever societal context necessitated that Thunderbolts existence. For example, Green Goblin leads the Thunderbolts during the Civil War storyline, Luke Cage leads the Thunderbolts for a while, Taskmaster, Tony Masters leads it during the King in Black storyline, US Agent, John Walker leads it during Devil's Reign, when Wilson Fisk is the mayor, but generally whenever I think of the Thunderbolts, Zemo and John Walker are part of the mix at least. But still, there's no one definitive lineup of who the Thunderbolts are in the Marvel Comics, so Marvel Studios was really free to just plug in any anti-hero to serve whatever narrative need they want to tell. So when we look at the MCU movies and shows, Val put this Thunderbolts lineup together. She's really the Nick Fury, but really Amanda Waller style manager of this crew. And of this lineup, the team captains seem to be Bucky Barnes and Yelena Belova, with the other members of the team, Red Guardian, John Walker, Ghost, and Taskmaster, playing crucial supportive functions on this mission. Remember, we first met Val in episode 5 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, recruiting John Walker, and she implied she came from a more shadowy branch of the government and was definitely more supportive of Walker's murderous actions with Cap's shield. But after that shield was taken from Walker, she suited him up as US Agent. But originally, we were going to meet Val in Black Widow before that movie was delayed, in that post-credit scene where she recruited Yelena Belova at Natasha's grave, sending her to kill Clint Barton, suggesting that Val, and thus her mission with the Thunderbolts, is to truly replace the Avengers with a group that she can more directly control. And Clint Barton is one of the few remaining Avengers that would be on her kill list. In the Hawkeye series, Yelena does try to kill Clint, but Clint and Kate Bishop change her mind, and Yelena basically forgives Clint and they part ways. And a reminder, we last saw Red Guardian at the end of the Black Widow film that was set in 2016. This was in the debris field of the Red Room floating base, and he departed with Melina, Yelena, and the other Black Widow agents, along with a wounded Antonia Dreykov, Taskmaster of that movie, whom Natasha had cleared her of her brainwashing with that antidote mist. Reminder, the big twist of that movie was that Dreykov's daughter that Loki mentions in the 2012 Avengers was the daughter of General Dreykov, and Natasha thought she had incinerated both father and daughter in a targeted explosion, but both survived. Now, Bucky Barnes we last saw, of course, in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, finally forgiving himself of his dark past as the Winter Soldier assassin and joining Sam Wilson, Captain America, in the defeat of the Flag Smashers. But Ghost remains this team's one super-abled wild card. Her power is different from everyone else. We last saw her in Ant-Man and the Wasp trying to steal Hank Pym's quantum technology in order to cure herself of her quantum entanglement that causes her to chaotically phase shift. This is until Janet Van Dyne returns to the quantum realm and offers to cure her, but Ghost ends that movie stumbling off with Bill Foster in the streets of San Francisco while Scott Lang rushes home to trick Jimmy Woo into thinking he never left. Now, this Bucky Yelena-led team indicates that their mission might be less of an Avengers-level world-ending threat, but rather something a bit more covert, like a heist or an assassination, an extraction, a kind of rescue operation, maybe some kind of kamikaze mission that simply destroys a target so that one of Val's rivals won't have a weapon that she won't have. And this could explain why it's so important to have Ava Starr Ghost on this team. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, we learned how Ava as a kid got caught in a blast of quantum energy that supposedly killed her father Elias Starr, but leaving his daughter's body quantum entangled that allows her to phase shift through matter. Now, that movie never fully addressed this, but in the comics, Elias Starr becomes the Marvel villain Egghead, who is a founding member of the Intelligencia alongside the leader. Haha, now you can see how it's becoming a bit clearer what mission this Thunderbolts team might have been assembled to complete. Now, there are times when I'm up so late that it cycles back to early, and I just have a hard time sleeping with rosy finger dawn creeping into my bedroom. It used to be the case that when that would happen, I would grab a Blue Blocks blackout sleep mask, but now Blue Blocks has become Bond Charge, so I grab a Bond Charge sleep mask instead. I know it sounds weird to say I'm bad at sleeping, but I am. I don't know, maybe I have thin eyelids or something. But if I'm using Bond Charge's sleep mask, that doesn't matter. It blocks out 100% of incoming light, and it's very soft and has adjustable eye cups and an adjustable strap for the perfect fit. It works for people sleeping on their belly, side, and on their back. It is super comfortable, and I can confirm that I can see absolutely nothing. If you're making silly faces at me, I wouldn't know. I'm just gonna take a quick nap right now. And I'm back. Bond Charge ships worldwide and have other great products like low blue light bulbs, red light therapy devices, and blue light glasses. Go to bondcharge.com/newrockstars and use coupon code newrockstars to save 20%. That's BONCHARGE.com/newrockstars and use the coupon code newrockstars to save 20%. Because Tim Blake Nelson has been confirmed to return to the MCU as the leader from the 2008 Hulk film, and he's gonna show up in Captain America 4: New World Order. This is the MCU title coming directly before the Thunderbolts in the summer of 2024. In fact, we might even see the leader cameo as soon as She-Hulk, considering the Wrecking Crew was introduced, and they have some mysterious boss who is trying to acquire She-Hulk's blood, and one of those thieves trying to steal her blood might be Jen's creepy date Todd, who was originally credited as Hulk Todd in an early press screener, and this guy inquired whether vibranium could pierce Hulk's skin, as if someone might have a vibranium needle to extract some of her blood. Keep an eye on Todd. And all of this mystery kind of reminds us of the Ant-Man and the Wasp mystery that we were left with. Who was Sonny Birch's mysterious buyer? Who was the one funding his attempts to acquire the quantum tech? I think the shadowy threat behind all of these is the Intelligencia, a brainy villain group that in the comics includes the leader, Egghead, and MODOK. All these characters now either confirmed to or might come back to the MCU. Tim Blake Nelson is the leader, Ava Starr's father as Egghead, and early footage of Quantumania that was shown at Comic-Con at D23 shows that MODOK is for sure coming back to the MCU. I also would not be surprised if the MCU might widen the membership of the Intelligencia to include Victor Von Doom. So the Intelligencia in the MCU might possess some super weapon that Val either wants for herself or wants to take out. Imagine a piece of quantum tech, maybe one of Tony Stark's quantum navigators from Avengers Endgame, or a large supply of vibranium in the form of a weaponized synthezoid named White Vision. We don't know where White Vision went, but I could totally imagine White Vision getting in the hands of the Intelligencia and programmed to be a serious threat. So Val sends in the Thunderbolts, a team mostly composed of super soldiers with similar powers, but there's an intentional reason behind that. Because think about it, if a super soldier is captured and flipped, oh well, it's not that huge of a risk to lose a super soldier as opposed to someone with Hulk blood, a weapon that you definitely wouldn't want to risk getting in your enemy's hands. But the one wild card on this team is Ghost, a phase shifter who not only could pretty easily infiltrate any base, but could also go toe-to-toe with a Vision. Now it's not totally clear if White Vision can phase shift like Vision can, since White Vision doesn't have the Mind Stone, but either way, Ghost would totally have the advantage here. I want to hear your thoughts on this Thunderbolt pitch, and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.